Hey guys, Tobin and Shannon here, 5M Family Homestead channel.
I guess today's video is, we're gonna just throw it out here for you guys, and we want you to answer if you think that the United States is going to have a recession. And that will be one question that we would love to hear from you guys, and then we're gonna go into how we are preparing if such events do take place.
Yep, so comment below, let us know what y'all think. Are we gonna have a recession? Are we already in a recession and Washington is changing the definition of the word? Or is there one on the horizon? What do y'all think? Not fear mongering, just you know, anybody with half a brain can look at our economy and see it's
not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah, things are kind of rough right now. So
y'all stay tuned. We're gonna show you every stay tuned, because we're gonna tell y'all what we are doing to prepare our homestead for a recession if it does occur.
This is going to be a video just about us talking. These are ideas, these are things that, not necessarily ideas, these are things that we are implementing right now. And if you don't want to just hear us talk for the next 10 or 15 minutes, then this is not the video for you. Just preface that, because a lot of people get mad when we just talk the whole time. But this is important to us. This is something that we've had recessions in the past. We've made it through them. We've learned lessons, and this is what we're doing now. A lot of economists, a lot of people out there that are smarter than I am about the economy are scared that there's a recession coming. So just what we're doing to prepare and to be ready.
I think the main thing would be, in the years past when we've had a recession, we have not prepared. We were a lot younger, a little bit more naive. When the last recession happened, we just kind of floated with the recession. We didn't really get, you know, prepared. So I think we're in a much different position now and I'm not talking financially, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about just how we are wiser to look at ways that we can provide for ourselves and not rely on any outside sources.
Yeah.
Not saying that we don't use outside sources, because we do. We still buy stuff from the grocery store. But we have learned over the years that it is going to be more crucial for us to be able to be more reliant on ourselves.
Self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining. Self-sufficient? Yeah. Self-sufficient.
So this is what we're doing. We don't hope that recession happens. We're not trying to fear monger. We're not trying to you know, scare anybody. But it doesn't take you know, you want to take a really long look at things right now to know that our economy and our existence is fragile, and very small changes could have big effects on the normal people. So so this is what we're doing.
This is what we do.
Yep.
We're not telling you guys what you have to do. We're not telling you that you should do this. We're not saying that you doing things differently is wrong. We're telling you what we do, because I do feel like we have a platform to be able to share with people what we do that maybe give other people ideas. Yes. But we are not coming from a perspective of you've got to do this.
Or being judgmental if you're not. Yeah. First thing that we do, we have over the years, we've followed Dave Ramsey. We've gone through his Financial Peace University. We've seen him speak a couple times. We still follow his stuff pretty close, but we have an emergency fund, and we have that. We have probably 4 or 5 months of income set aside. So we have that in some of it in cash on hand, where if we needed cash right now we can get to it, and some of it's in the bank. But that alone, you know, if I were to lose my job, you know, something like that, if the recession got really bad, that would allow us to, you know, continue to survive until we came up with something else. Limiting our debt. This is something we've always done, but it's just a good thing to be doing now. We have very, very minimal debt now. We carry a little bit of debt on a small amount of debt on a credit card, and we financed our shed office that we built, and both of those we have enough cash on hand to pay those off now, but we are definitely, compared to a lot of people that we know or people that are similar to us, you know, our cars are paid for. We have our house and the other things I mentioned. So, you know, not having a major burden of having, you know, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, were things to get bad, the recession hit, that would help us have options.
Yes, and people are going to say, then you don't actually follow Dave Ramsey, and you're correct.
Well, I prefaced in the beginning,
I know, but they'll still say it. But
yeah, so
his principles overall.
Yeah.
We followed his principles and actually got
to the T
out of $65,000 in debt.
Yes.
For many years, and the small amount of debt that we have on that shed and the small amount on a credit card is nothing compared to how we used to do. So
yes, for sure.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that.
Another thing that we're doing kind of falls in line with that is we're not making any major purchases right now. We were looking at getting Shanna a new or newer car for a while. We decided not to do that. I'm not going to go into a bunch of details, but you know, trying to just continue to be frugal. Shanna is really good at being frugal. I'm not. I tend to like go into academy with the kids and come out, you know, an hour later with $300 worth of junk that we probably didn't need. But I am. We're both working to just continue to be frugal, continue to
be content
with what we have, and yeah, just not make any major purchases right now. You know, if you were to if we were to strap ourselves with a, you know, $40,000 or $50,000 vehicle and have those payments, and then a recession happened, it would be a big burden for us. So another thing that we do, and we've done this for a long time, and I highly recommend, if you can do it, is having multiple income streams. We have several income streams, and I'm not bragging when we say that. We still don't. We're not rich. We don't make a lot of money, but you know, I have a full-time job. We have a taxidermy business that we built from nothing to what it is now. That's a pretty significant income for us. That allowed Shanna to,
almost half of your full-time income.
Yeah, and that's allowed Shanna to not have to worry about having a part-time job or trying to help out with small financial things. I mean, she works at that, but she doesn't have to have something away from here. And then, if some of y'all may or may not know, we make income off of YouTube and Facebook. So, you know, those things, you know, if we were to lose one, we would hopefully have the others. You know, if I were to get, you know, me getting laid off in a recession is highly unlikely, the position I have, but
it's not unlikely.
But if it were to happen while we were to go to plan B, those other incomes would help us at least pay the minimum bills that we have to pay to survive.
Correct.
So to what we've covered so far is kind of the financial side of it. So more to like the things we're doing that are really not financial, but are still very important. We have several videos in the past. Here lately, prepping videos have become very popular on YouTube with some certain channels. We have prepping videos from a year or two back. We show our prepping stuff here and there, but it's not like our entire channel. But we have enough stuff prepped. Rice, flour, beans, I mean, canned goods, water, I mean,
toiletries.
Yeah, stuff like that. We have, and we're going to show that to y'all soon, but we have enough of that I would say we can live off of just what we have prepped, you know, for several months. I mean, like if it got really bad, we can live off of it for several months. But at the same time, you know, recession could mean shortages in certain areas, you know, so if we couldn't get rice or we couldn't get flour, we could use that, you know, just until it comes back.
And I think that, honestly though, I think because we started during COVID prepping really hard and fast and furious, and it was mainly because of shortages. I
Yes.
mean, we were going to the grocery store, and I would go, and when you'd see like 3 things of flour left,
Yeah.
you grab them because
Yeah.
you hadn't seen 3 things of flour
Yes.
on there for months at a time. So a lot of ours is shortages, and I'm sure it's in most areas that you live in. But for us in North Texas, it had got where when you went to the store, you really the shelves were bare, and it
Yes.
got very. It
It-
was very concerning.
And
So
it definitely motivated us
yeah, for sure.
to get stocked up.
I
Like,
don't
you know,
even
not,
like we're saying preppers. I hate that word. Seems so extreme, but I think we're just.
Yeah.
Maybe we are.
Yeah.
What is that, like the noun for prepping? I mean, that
Yeah.
preppers,
Yeah, preppers
like
is
our
prepping,
pronoun for it.
and like I said, we'll show y'all. We're gonna show y'all where we keep. You know, a lot of people don't show where you keep it at, but we're gonna show y'all what we have and kind of go in that. We haven't made a video on that in a little while, so we'll go over that. Right along with that is keeping our freezers full. We just put our feeder pig into the freezer just a few hours ago. Our freezer is 90% full. It's been fuller, but it's about 90% full. If we take, well, actually, if we took the meat birds out and put them in there,
It would be
jam
full.
So it's full. We have the meat birds in another freezer, but so having that along with the prepping stuff, just, you know, we could potentially not have to go to the store for food, for meat especially, but for any kind of food for months on end. So and we also, people are going to ask, this may come up, we have a generator that we have the ability to run that freezer off of for a very long amount of time. So, you know, if we were to have power issues, we should be covered in that regard. And then just growing our own food. We're not great at it, but we learn every year. Having a garden, we have a company that's sending us some heirloom seeds that we're going to put down
Very
with our
excited
with our
about that.
prepping stuff. So, you know, and we have the ability, were things to get really bad, we could make our garden much larger than it is now if we needed to. We could make most of our property a garden if we had to. So just having that, you know, a lot of what we grow, we kind of take it for granted, but, you know, if we had to, we could definitely, you know, that would contribute to us being able to have be more self-sustaining and be able to live off that.
Our biggest obstacle when growing our own food is the weather for us.
Yeah.
Last spring, we could not garden because we had torrential rains. And when I say, there were times we were getting 3 and 4 inches of rain a day for several days on end. And so it just flooded the garden. There was nothing we could do about it because of our soil type. This year, Texas is in a severe drought.
Yep.
And severe drought. And we have seen no rain, and I think we're at 63 days now. And we were dealing with, at the peak of the summer, 115 degree temperatures.
Yep.
We could not combat that. There was nothing that we could do to keep our garden alive. Our water company has asked us to go on water restrictions, on conserving water on your own before they put us into a water restriction, because of course we have no rain to replenish the ground or the wells or anything like that. So we're going to try again next year.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
And I guess lastly, what we do and what we have the ability to do, were we to get into a bad situation, a recession, or even worse, is just small things like being able to work on our own vehicles, having the knowledge to do a lot of work on our own vehicles, having the knowledge to when our, you know, lawnmower quits working or our tiller quits working, to be able to mostly be able to do that. Also, Shanna and our daughter Sarah, I think my daughter, y'all don't see her much at all, but I think 80% of the clothes she wears, she makes herself already. So being able to make your own clothes, being able to sew, being able to just little things like that, a lot of that stuff's a lost art, and being able to do those things yourself can save you a lot of money if money's tight. So, and then I know every time we talk about prepping, this always comes up, but we are very we have cameras on our house, all around our house. We have neighbors that are very in tune with when we come and go and know a lot about us, so much so that when we were out of town, our neighbor tried to run off the person that was helping take care of our animals because she didn't recognize them. You know, we have that, and then we are also prepared to protect our homestead, our goods and valuables.
By any means necessary.
Yes, and that's not a threat, that's a fact. And so, you know, if things were to get bad, people, you know, start coming out looking for things to take, this would be the wrong house to do that in. There may be houses out here that you could get away with coming on their property and taking stuff. It won't happen here. So just to preface that, like I said, most people, that's come up before on videos. So that's all I had on my list. What else?
I mean, that's really it.
Yeah.
I mean, the ability, our family hunts. Well,
yeah.
The boys and Tobin hunt.
Yeah.
Us girls don't. Sarah and I could if we. Sarah's outgrown hunting, and I've not been hunting in years just because of the fact it's kind of turned into the boys and Tobin's thing. But
yeah.
Hunting for our own food, which I guess the other thing, you brought this up in the pig video, if it came down to it, we could harvest and butcher our own meat.
Yes,
we just have the luxury of being able to afford to pay someone to do that for us.
We have the tools and have the knowledge to be able to do that ourselves if we had to, if it got bad enough. And that's the other thing is you know, this is not a prepping video. So we have water purification things. We have extra propane on hand. We have a lot of stuff like that for prepping. I'm not really going into that too deep, but we'll cover that on another video. But this is just more this is more of a, you know, not a you know what hits the fan type of video. This is more just if the economy gets cruddy, you know, gets bad.
Yeah, because if you know what hits the fan, I don't know that we'll be watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We've been rambling for like 17 minutes now. Thank y'all for watching. Hope this helps y'all. Hope it motivates y'all. Please comment below. What do y'all do? What do you do? What are your thoughts on the recession? Are we gonna have one? Are we not? Are we gonna redefine what the word recession is? I've heard some rumors that in Washington they're gonna redefine the word just so that we don't go into one when we really are in one. What are y'all doing to prepare? Well, you know, tell us. We would love to know. We want to learn. So, yeah. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all again.
Bye.